Hey guys, what's up? It's Favorite YouTuber Jaya. Welcome back to my channel. We talk about all things money, finance, and entrepreneurship. Guys, in today's video, we are going to be talking about a much more difficult topic, but it is so necessary to talk about. How do you handle when you're going through a financial hardship? Recently in my video, 5 lessons about financial literacy, I mentioned that at some point in your life, you will go through a financial hardship. It is almost inevitable. Money comes in cycles, money fluctuates. So at some point, you will go through a period where money is not as abundant as it normally is. And that's okay. You might go through a point where you lose your job. So money is really tight, and that's okay. Financial hardship is a part of life. I know I'm probably going to get hate for saying this, but financial hardship is a good thing. It may not be a good thing while you're going through it, but on the other end of it, you will come out with so much more knowledge, and it will genuinely help you grow as a person, okay? Nothing builds character like being broke. All overall, it can just be a difficult thing to deal with. And in today's video, I really want to touch on some points that'll help you navigate your way through the situation. So my first point is, like I was saying, a lot of times when we go through financial hardships, we start to correlate our self-worth with how much money we have. And that goes both ways. So when you have a lot of money, you think, oh, I'm up, I'm doing well, I'm this, that, and the third. And then when you start having less money, you're like, oh, what's wrong with me? I'm not worth anything. I don't have as much value as I used to have in this world. So a lot of times that mindset can allow us to slip into depression and anxiety. And when you are in that mental state, you are unable to clearly evaluate the situation. And it's so important in order for us to move ourselves out of this, because you got to keep going, think clearly, and those type of things just cloud your judgment. When I first started going through financial hardship, I had so much anxiety about how to pay my bills because, as you all know, if you've been watching this channel, I moved out when I was 18 years old. So it's me, myself, and I over here. So if I don't pay my bills, they don't get paid. I don't have anybody to rely on, as opposed to if I was married, I would have a partner. If I was living with my parents, I would still have my parents. If it's just you really don't have anybody to rely on. And that would cause me a lot of anxiety. And that anxiety was clouding my judgment. And I wasn't able to really clearly point out what the issue was that was causing me to consistently not have enough money on a daily basis. So the problem that I was having was my job was not providing enough money to cover my basic living expenses. I had been working in Starbucks, cashier type of jobs. I don't want to say a real job, but I didn't have a job with steady income. When you work an hourly job, such as Starbucks or McDonald's or any type of like regular cashier type of job, your hours are consistently fluctuating. And when you have fixed bills and money that consistently fluctuates because you never know how many hours your manager is going to give you that week, that can cause a huge problem in how you are able to cover your expenses. So because of that, because my income was consistently fluctuating, I started subsidizing the rest of my bills on my credit cards, which ended up causing a bigger problem because now, instead of being able to pay my credit cards off at the end of every month like how I used to do, now I'm only able to make the minimum payment every month because my credit card is climbing so high because I'm subsidizing my bills on my credit card because I'm not earning enough money from my job. So what was the solution? Get a better job. But during that period when I could not figure out for the life of me what was going on, and every single month it seemed like I had to put something else on my credit card that I wasn't expecting, I wasn't being able to think straight. I was just so anxiety filled and anxious about every single little thing. Then I came to the realization, maybe these little hourly unpredictable jobs are not working. So let's start seeing if we can apply for a better job. Another point that I wanted to make is definitely make it a priority to minimize the damage as much as possible. So a lot of times when the walls are closing in, when we're going through a really hard time and we don't know what to do, we can just have the tendency, definitely I've had a temptation to just be like, you know what, I'm letting it all go. I don't care anymore, whatever. But you cannot do that. For example, if your credit card is maxed out, right? Or if you owe a bill or something like that and you don't have enough money, a lot of times you just be like, whatever, let it go. I'll let my credit go to crap because I need my rent paid. I need all these bills paid. And this credit card bill is I'm just going to let it go. But however, if you do that, you'll get a late payment on your credit. Late payments stay on your credit for 7 years. If you do that, you might get a collection on your credit. That also stays on your credit for 7 years. So that's going to inevitably end up causing more problems in the future. And so I know it can be stressful, but you have to do your best to minimize as much damage from this financial hardship as possible. Having a financial problem now can affect how your finances look 5, 6, 7 years from now. So you want to definitely minimize as much damage as possible from this situation, just so you can be on the trajectory to getting out of this and having a good financial future. So if your issue is that you lost your job, how do you minimize the damage until you find a next job? Just get something small to hold you over, to cover your 4 walls, to make sure you can pay your bills on time until you get a new job. Because if you don't pay your bills on time, that ends up creating more problems. And lastly, when you're going through a very tough time, especially when you're going through an issue such as debt, it can be very, very easy to just go through the day with just such doom and gloom. It can literally feel like a rain cloud that is constantly hovering over your head. There are 2 things that I want you to remember. Number 1, all you can do is make a payment. All you can do is go on your app, make a payment, and then make that payment, and then it'll come out of your account. It might overdraft your account. There is no reason for you to go into the day allowing this to steal your joy, your God-given joy that the Lord has given you, because you have the debt. The debt is not going anywhere, okay? All you can do is make a payment and then enjoy the rest of your day, wake up, go to work, earn your income so you can make another payment. You going through the day with this cloud over your head, unable to enjoy the little things, the sun on your skin, not allowing you to enjoy those things because of the financial hardship you were in. I just want you to look at the big picture that is your life, and you will start to see how small of a portion your finances are when it comes to your life, because your life is so much more than the state of your finances. You could have no money in your bank account and still be sitting at the table with your friends laughing so hard that it makes your stomach hurt. Your life is so much more than your finances. So when you take the position that, look, all I can do is open this app, make a payment, and go about my day. Like, if you don't have the money, it's like, look, I don't have it. So I'm gonna go take a walk, make a coffee, and I'm gonna keep it pushing, and then I'll pay it when I have the money. But you can't just allow all of your thoughts to be consumed in all the state of your finances when there's so much more to your life than how much money you have in your bank account or how much debt that you have. And lastly, how you feel about your life after 9 p.m. is invalid. How you feel after your life when you're going through not even a financial hardship, just a tough time in general, is null and void. You have a job, right? An early morning job, and you woke up, like I have to be to work at 8:30 in the morning. If I have to be to work at 8:30 and then I work 8 hours a day, and then I have to come home, cook dinner, lay my clothes out, do all of the routine, by the time 9 o'clock hits, I have probably been up, especially if I went to the gym before work at 5 o'clock in the morning, I have been up for 14, 15 hours. My brain is tired. And then on top of that, the stress of going through a financial hardship, the stress of working 40 hours a week, all of that, my brain is tired. So when your brain is tired, you're more vulnerable to negative thoughts and negative ideas that weigh you down and just discourage you. And it's so important to just continue to move forward when you're going through these hard times. So after 9 o'clock, however you feel about your life, whatever negative thoughts your brain wants to feed you, you'll always be in debt. You'll never get a new job. You're never going to get a promotion. You're always going to be broke. You're going to be broke for the rest of your life. Those thoughts, push them to the side. You know what? Whenever you start thinking like that, you should probably think to yourself, it's probably time for me to go to bed. This is my personal bedtime clock telling me to go to bed. And if you are really feeling some type of way about your life and the state of your finances, reevaluate how you feel at around 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning after you've had your first coffee. That's very important. Not when you first wake up, but about 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning after you had your first coffee. And then we can reevaluate the state of our life. But we're not going to be feeding ourselves negative information, negative emotions, and negative affirmations about our life after we've gone through a long day and our brain is tired. Just do something that requires your brain to relax. I'll reevaluate everything in the morning. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. Today was a hard one. Today was a heavy video, but it needed to be talked about. Financial hardship is something that so many people go through, and so many people don't. More people than you think are going through it. You may think that you're the only one. You may think that you're alone, but there are a lot more people than you think who are going through financial hardship. They're just not talking about about it. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Make sure you comment down below. Comment down below if you've ever gone through financial hardship. What's the best advice that you've ever gotten on how to get through it? How long did it last? Was it debt? Did you lose a job? Just talk about your financial hardship in the comment section if you're comfortable, because it really does help other people to know that they're not alone. And last but not least, make sure you subscribe, because we're building a community over here. We're going to be humble. We're going to be open. We're going to be transparent about the struggles that we've gone through, so you do not have to feel alone. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. In the meantime, guys, especially today, make sure you stay strong. Bye, guys.